Hi there, beautiful soul. Welcome to Healthwise for Seniors, where we believe that style doesn't fade with time, it simply evolves with grace. Let me ask you something that might hit close to home. Have you ever opened your closet, looked at a dress, and wondered, can I still wear this? Or worse, should I be dressing older now? The truth is, somewhere along the way, society decided that once we hit 60, our style should become more modest, more appropriate, more invisible. But here's the thing, elegance doesn't come with an expiration date. Some say we should stay away from bold colors, certain silhouettes, or anything that might seem too young. But we believe the opposite. We believe in dresses that let you feel more alive. Dresses that move with you, not against you. That make you feel radiant, not because they hide your age, but because they celebrate it. Today, we're exploring 5 timeless dress styles that do just that, each one chosen with intention, with comfort, with quiet beauty in mind. These dresses don't scream for attention. They simply allow you to feel like you again, confident, effortless, and undeniably elegant. But before we dive into the magic, if this message already speaks to your heart, even just a little, go ahead and like this video, share it with a friend, and hit subscribe to support Healthwise for Seniors. Every click tells the world that women over 60 deserve to be seen, celebrated, and styled with love. So go ahead, pour yourself something warm, take a deep breath, and let's begin this beautiful journey with the first dress that might just change how you feel the next time you look in the mirror. As we move into our 60s, something subtle shifts, not just in our bodies, but in how we feel about ourselves. Our midsections soften, hips widen, our skin becomes more sensitive. And suddenly, the dresses we once adored feel unfamiliar. That's when the A-line Midi dress quietly steps in, not to reshape us, but to embrace us just as we are. This dress does hug the body, it glides. It doesn't demand attention, it offers ease. With its soft flare from the waist down, the A-line Midi gently covers the areas we often feel most self-conscious about: the tummy, the hips, the thighs. But more than that, it brings back something we often miss: freedom of movement and the feeling of simply being at ease in our own skin. The best fabrics. Think light cottons, soft viscose, stretch jersey, or breathable linen blends. These materials move with you, not against you. And when it comes to length, the sweet spot is just below the knee to mid-calf, a cut that elongates the legs and adds instant grace without ever feeling frumpy. You don't need loud prints or flashy designs. A soft navy, dusty rose, or a gentle floral is often more powerful in its quiet beauty. Add a cozy cardigan on cool mornings, a structured blazer for outings, or a simple scarf for an elegant touch. Pair it with ballet flats, low-heeled boots, or whatever feels most like you. I remember a woman named Anne, 62, retired art teacher, who once told me she felt invisible in her old dresses. We tried a soft olive A-line Midi with no embellishment. As she stepped out of the fitting room, she looked in the mirror and whispered, "This feels like me again." And that's the magic. The A-line Midi doesn't try to make you look younger. It reminds you that you never lost your beauty, it just needed a different way to be seen. Because at this stage of life, it's not about hiding. It's about honoring, not about trends, but truth. And the truth is, you're still radiant. You always have been. There's a quiet kind of power in a shirt dress. Not the kind that demands attention, but the kind that moves through the world with calm certainty. It doesn't shout. It doesn't try. And yet, when you slip it on, something shifts. You stand taller, breathe deeper, and feel a little more like yourself. At first glance, a shirt dress is just a longer version of a classic button-down. But for women over 60, it's so much more. It's a daily reminder that elegance isn't something you grow out of, it's something that evolves with you. We've all been there. Standing in front of the mirror, tugging at zippers, adjusting waistbands, trying to make things work the way they used to. But your body has changed, not in a way that needs to be hidden, but in a way that deserves comfort and respect. The shirt dress understands this. It's structured, yes, but never stiff. It offers a soft collar to frame your face, a clean line to follow your shape, and just enough waist definition to remind you you're still beautifully put together without ever feeling restricted. The beauty lies in how it fits, not clinging, not drowning, just skimming. A midi-length shirt dress, falling just below the knee or mid-calf, creates a graceful line that flatters every height and every curve. And sleeves. They're your quiet allies. Rolled cuffs, three-quarter lengths, or button-tab long sleeves provide coverage without bulk, letting your arms feel relaxed and your look remain modern. And then there's the fabric. Crisp cotton poplin for those fresh spring mornings. Soft tencel blends that feel like a second skin. Light denim or corduroy for cooler days. Each fabric tells a different story, but they all whisper the same truth. You can be comfortable and elegant at the same time. This dress is a shape-shifter. One moment, you're wearing it loose with sandals and a market tote. The next, you've added a leather belt and heels for brunch with friends. Leave it unbuttoned over slim pants and a tank, and it becomes a duster coat with attitude. Layer it with a scarf, a pendant, or a simple pair of hoops, and just like that, you're ready for anything. Claire, a 67-year-old retired editor, once told me she felt invisible in her clothes. Everything either made me look like I was going to work, or like I was giving up. We tried a soft, slate blue shirt dress, one with mother-of-pearl buttons and a waist tie she could adjust. She wore it to her favorite bookstore. Someone stopped her in the poetry aisle and said, "You look lovely." Claire told me later, it wasn't the compliment, it was that I felt seen. That's the magic of the shirt dress. It doesn't transform you. It reminds you. It tells the world that you've lived long enough to know who you are and that you don't need embellishment to prove your worth. Because style after 60 isn't about turning back time. It's about honoring where you are and walking through the world with quiet grace. Not for anyone else, just for you. Some dresses are just clothes, others feel like an embrace. And the wrap dress, it's the latter. It doesn't force itself on your body or ask you to mold into anything you're not. It meets you right where you are, softly, gently, like an old friend who knows your story and loves you all the more because of it. Originally made iconic by Diane von Furstenberg in the 1970s, the wrap dress has remained a timeless staple, and for good reason. Especially for women over 60, this dress offers something rare: comfort, femininity, and confidence, all wrapped into one elegant silhouette. Why does it work so well at this stage of life? Because the wrap dress understands the quiet shifts in our bodies. It doesn't hide them, it honors them. With a cross-front design that ties softly at the waist, it creates the illusion of shape without any squeezing or pulling. Your natural curves are embraced, not exaggerated. And that V-neckline? It's magic. It draws the eye upward, elongates the neck, and softens the jawline, bringing attention back to where it belongs: your face, your presence, your glow. You don't need to be tall or slim or toned to wear a wrap dress. You just need to be a woman who wants to feel beautiful again, in her own way, on her own terms. And here's what makes the wrap dress extra special: its ability to move with you. The skirt flows gently over the hips, never clinging. The fabric shifts with your breath, your steps, your mood. Look for materials like soft jersey, viscose, or light crepe, anything that drapes without gripping. In cooler months, a knit wrap in wool jersey feels like being held all day long. The right pattern or color can elevate the effect even more: deep emerald, plum, rust, black. Or if you're feeling playful, a small floral, a subtle stripe, or quiet polka dots. The goal isn't to impress anyone, it's to express who you are today. And who you are today, she's beautiful in ways the younger version of you could only dream of. Accessories, keep them effortless. A delicate necklace that catches the collarbone, a thin bracelet, earrings that sparkle just enough. Pair the dress with flats, low heels, ankle boots, whatever feels like ease, and on those colder days, wrap a long cardigan around your shoulders, slip on some tights, and carry that same grace through the season. A wrap dress doesn't lose its charm when layered, it gains dimension. I once worked with a woman named Maria, a 64-year-old who had just retired and was preparing for her daughter's engagement party. She said to me, "I want to look elegant, but I don't want to look like I'm trying to compete with the younger women." We found her a wrap dress in deep burgundy, soft as a whisper. The way she tied it, gently, confidently, you could tell something clicked. She looked in the mirror and said, "I didn't expect to feel this feminine again." But femininity doesn't fade. It just waits for us to invite it back, with softness, not struggle. That's what a wrap dress does. It gives you permission to feel radiant again, not because you've reversed time, but because you've arrived in it. Here, now, not as someone trying to be younger, but as someone fully alive in her wisdom, her curves, her presence. The beauty of a wrap dress isn't in the fabric or the tie. It's in what it reminds you. That you don't have to change to feel beautiful. You just have to remember who you already are. Some days you don't want to think about what to wear. You just want to feel like yourself, comfortable, pulled together, and quietly beautiful. That's where the sleeveless shift dress comes in. It's simple, yes, but don't confuse simplicity with lack of impact. The shift dress doesn't need ruffles or a cinched waist or dramatic patterns to make a statement. Its power lies in what it doesn't do. It doesn't cling. It doesn't demand. It doesn't try to transform you. Instead, it gives you space to breathe. The beauty of the shift dress is its straight, easy silhouette. It falls gently from shoulder to hem, skimming over the body without grabbing at the waist, hips, or thighs. And in a world obsessed with shaping and smoothing, there's something deeply refreshing about a dress that just lets your body be exactly as it is today. For women over 60, that kind of grace matters. Our bodies have changed, softened, settled. And the shift dress honors that, not by hiding it, but by allowing comfort to take center stage. And let's talk freedom. On a hot summer day, slipping into a shift dress is like stepping into a breeze. No buttons, no zippers, no squeezing or adjusting. Just soft fabric, clean lines, and the kind of effortlessness that says, "I'm at ease in my life and it shows." Don't love showing your arms. You don't have to. Layer a linen cardigan or a soft blazer over your shift. Drape a silk scarf around your neck or shoulders. Add a lightweight kimono if you want a little drama. The shift dress isn't precious, it's versatile. It plays well with others. It transforms as you do. The fabrics make all the difference. Choose soft cotton for breathability, rayon or modal for flow, or a linen blend for that relaxed elegance. Avoid stiff or clingy fabrics. They'll work against the simplicity. You want something that glides, not grips. As for length, a hemline that lands just above or below the knee is often the most flattering. Long enough to feel polished, short enough to move freely. You're not trying to hide, you're choosing what feels good. Colors, let them reflect your mood. A soft blush, a warm taupe, a gentle lavender. Or go with classic navy, cream, or a subtle geometric print. Even a watercolor floral can feel fresh and light when paired with simple accessories. I remember Judith, 70, who once told me, "I just want one dress that I can throw on and feel finished." We found her a sleeveless shift in dusty rose with a rounded neckline and slight cap sleeves. The first time she wore it, she said, "I didn't feel dressed up. I felt free." And that's exactly it. The shift dress doesn't try to impress. It allows you to exhale. Accessories can be as minimal or as expressive as you'd like. A long pendant necklace, a straw clutch, flat sandals, or loafers. In the colder months, switch to ankle boots, add a turtleneck underneath, or layer with a cozy cardigan. The shift dress adapts to the seasons, just like you do. What makes this dress timeless is its refusal to be trendy. It doesn't change to keep up. It stays rooted in ease, quiet elegance, and authenticity. It never goes out of style, because feeling free in your own skin will never go out of style. You've spent decades dressing for jobs, for family, for occasions. Now it's time to dress for peace. And if one dress can offer that, let it be the shift. There are days when you want to feel held, not in a dramatic, glamorous way, but in a soft, steady, soul-deep kind of way. That's the magic of the knit dress. It's not flashy. It doesn't sparkle. But when you wear it, something settles. You feel comforted, grounded, gently powerful. And isn't that what we deserve, especially after 60? Not to impress, but to feel at home in our bodies, in our lives, in our presence. The knit dress wraps around you, not to reshape, but to reassure. It follows the contours of your body without clinging, offers warmth without weight, and moves with you like a second skin. The kind of dress you can wear while sipping tea on your porch or walking into dinner with your head held high. Same dress, same woman, just two sides of the same quiet strength. The best knit dresses are made from soft, breathable fibers. Think ribbed cotton, wool jersey, modal blends, fabrics that drape instead of squeeze, that hold instead of bind. Skip the ultra-thin or ultra-tight ones. Look for medium-weight knits that skim rather than grip. That's where the elegance lives. And the silhouette? Let it follow your body, not define it. A midi-length knit dress, falling just below the knee or mid-calf, is almost universally flattering. Long sleeves feel cozy, but don't be afraid of three-quarter or dolman styles. They add softness, movement, a sense of ease. Color is where knit dresses really shine. There's something undeniably rich about earthy tones, camel, charcoal, moss green, deep berry. But warm neutrals like heather gray or dusty rose create an equally calming effect. You're not trying to stand out. You're allowing yourself to be seen in full, radiant simplicity. And then there's the layering. A knit dress isn't just a dress. It's a canvas. Add a belt for shape. Throw on a scarf for texture. Layer with a long cardigan, a poncho, or even a tailored coat. Finish with ankle boots or flats depending on the weather or your mood. I once worked with a woman named Deborah, 68, widowed recently. She told me she hadn't worn a dress in months, not because she didn't want to, but because everything felt too loud, too hard. We found her a soft oatmeal knit dress with long sleeves and a gentle scoop neckline. She paired it with a rose-colored scarf and suede boots. When she looked in the mirror, she smiled. Not because the dress made her look younger, but because it made her feel held. "I didn't think I could feel beautiful in this season of my life," she said, "but this doesn't feel like dressing up. This feels like returning to myself." And that's what the knit dress does. It doesn't demand anything from you. It gives. It softens. It embraces. It says, you don't need sharp edges to be strong. You don't need noise to be noticed. You don't need youth to be radiant. You just need space, softness, breath, and a dress that reminds you you're already enough. In a world that's always trying to speed us up, the knit dress slows us down. It lets us feel, reflect, breathe deeply. And at this stage of life, that's not a luxury. That's a necessity. So wrap yourself in warmth. Walk rooted in who you are. Because true style isn't about being seen, it's about being felt. So there you have it. 5 dresses. 5 quiet revolutions. Not designed to make you younger, but to make you feel more like yourself than ever before. Because at this stage in life, it's not about hiding. It's about honoring. Not about shrinking to fit someone else's idea of age-appropriate, but about expanding into the full, beautiful space you've earned. These dresses, whether flowing or structured, soft or strong, don't ask you to change. They simply reflect who you already are, wise, radiant, powerful in your own quiet way. And if you take one thing away from this video, let it be this. Style isn't about size or age or trends. It's about choosing what makes you feel free. What lets you move, smile, breathe, and walk through the world with grace. So tell us, which of these dresses felt like it was made for you? Or maybe, which one are you curious to try? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story, your style, your voice. Because here at Healthwise for Seniors, this isn't just a channel. It's a circle of women lifting each other up. One outfit, one smile, one moment at a time. If you felt something during this video, hope, joy, maybe even a spark of inspiration, please consider liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and sharing it with a friend who might need a little reminder of her own beauty today. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and above all, stay true to the woman you've become. You're not here to blend in, you're here to shine.